Hello and welcome to this video. This video is a psychology video. If you're new to my channel, my name is Anna. I'm a second year psychology student. I want to film more of these psychology related videos, like videos on certain topics that I think are interesting and I want to share them with other people. Today we'll be talking about personality and a theory of personality that is, I think it's like the most popular theories of personalities that there is out there. If you're a psychology student, you probably have heard of this before. If you're not, then hopefully you can learn something new in this video, and hopefully this topic can interest you and you can find out some more information, because that's the whole purpose of these videos, to just inform and learn something new that's interesting. And like, personality is it's a huge thing, so I think this is quite an interesting concept. The theory is the Big Five personality theory, and it has lots of different names. It's also known as five-factor theory or Big Five personality theory, five-factor model, lots of names. Also, if you have heard of this theory but you don't know the details, hopefully that you can learn that in this video, like I kind of already said. Personality in psychology is kind of fairly new in comparison to all the other areas of psychology, like cognitive and social and behavioral. Those are all quite like the starting blocks of psychology, and personality is kind of like, it's still quite old but it's fairly new, and there's only been research done into it over the last 50 years, I think. I don't know exactly, so it's kind of new if you compare it to other areas of psychology. There has been lots of theories into personality, and as well as this theory itself, lots of other various researchers all kind of talked about the Big Five and had their own kind of say on what they think it is and so on. But like, the most known researchers and like the researcher who is kind of responsible for this is McRae and Costa. And Paul Costa actually visited my university, which is pretty cool, the psychology department, but I didn't go because there were limited amount of spaces available. What this theory is, or what it says, is that there are main five components of our personality, and it's easy to remember if you think of the acronym OCEAN. So openness, this word, I don't know if I'm saying it right, so if I say it wrongly, I apologise. Conscientiousness, extraversion, the A is agreeableness, the N is neuroticism. So those are the five components of our personality, and they all mean different things, which I'll get onto in a minute. So they all kind of range, so they're like on a scale where you have high levels of this kind of personality trait and lower levels, and most people are in the middle. I thought I'd just mention quickly about the research. Research by McRae has shown that these traits are universal, so they did studies on people from various cultures and various backgrounds as well, and found that they all kind of link. So that's why this theory is so popular, because it's like universal, it applies to basically everyone. And also there has been studies that suggest that there are biological links between our personality, but that's like a whole other topic and studies. And like David Buss, I was actually doing research on him for a presentation about his theory of personality and the EAS questionnaire or theory or whatever. So he suggests that there are biological links between our personality. But yeah, okay, now onto the personality traits and what these characteristics mean basically. The first one is openness. It's to do with how open someone is to experiences, to new things in life, to adventures. Like, their outlook on life is more open and accepting, I'd kind of say. Like, it's someone who is curious about the world and is open to finding out more about the world. Someone who is more imaginative as well. And now when it comes to the high end of the scale and the low end of the scale, so someone who is on the high end of the scale, they are more open to opportunities, to change. Someone who is more creative as well. On the low end of the scale, someone who is more traditional, they certainly don't like change. Yeah, not very imaginative, not very open and accepting. Okay, now on to conscientiousness. I said that right, I think. So this is a personality trait that refers to being careful, and one way I think of it is like to do with your work. you're very like careful and you care about detail. So this is someone who is very thoughtful, someone who's goal orientated, someone who is very self-disciplined, and they also prefer planned behavior. So someone who like loves making lists and getting things done and actually sticking to their goals. On a high end of the scale, we have someone who loves planning and loves schedules. They have very good impulse control. So someone on the lower end of the scale is someone who doesn't get stuff done, basically, more likely to procrastinate, also have tasks that are unfinished. Then we have extroverts or extraversion. This is basically someone who is very social, outgoing, loves to be the center of attention, usually says things before thinking them through. Just someone who loves to be around other people. They get their energy from being around other people, and they love to make new friends and so on. So that's like what extroversion means. And the opposite of that is introversion, which, if you're interested in that, Eysenck has his theory on personality, which includes those personality traits. So someone on a high end of the scale is basically what I said, like social, outgoing, they love to meet new people, they're also action orientated. Someone on a low end of the scale is someone who may be an introvert, so the opposite of that. So someone who prefers quiet time, prefers to be alone, someone who like big crowds, they drain energy for them. Yeah, they're not good at small talk. Meeting new people and making friends is hard for them, and they don't like to be around crowds. And then we have agreeableness. A good way to explain this is to say that it's to do with pro-social behaviors, so stuff like kind and trusting and helpful, just like pro-social basically. So on the high end of the scale, it's someone who loves to help people. They like, if someone's in need, they offer their help really quickly. They're also very interested in other people, so if you're talking to someone who has this personality, then they're very like, they listen to you because they care about the other person. On the lower end of the scale, we have someone who's not very interested in other people, someone who could even be manipulative. So they don't care about other people, they don't care about how other people feel, they could even be insulting, could be manipulative because they don't care about other people. So as long as like they gain something, like they don't care about the other person, someone that's kind of like unfriendly. And the last personality trait is neuroticism. This again is mentioned in Eysenck's theory. Don't know if you can hear the cars going past or not, so I apologise for that. So neuroticism, this is basically a good way to explain it, is someone who's emotionally unstable. So someone who may experience sudden mood swings and lots of negative emotions such as anxiety and depression. So someone on the high end of the scale is someone who experiences lots of mood swings, lots of stress, and after a specific or stressful situation, they find it difficult to like bounce back. So they're not very resilient to stress and to difficult situations. Someone on the low end of the scale is someone who is emotionally resilient. So it's someone who doesn't react very emotionally, like they deal with their emotions in a better way. Someone who doesn't experience, or they do experience stress, but like I said, their reactions are different. They're more relaxed and just in general don't experience as much negative emotion. So that would be all for the personality traits. The question that still exists is what causes these and what influences these types of behaviors and personalities and so on. And I kind of mentioned this already like previously, talking about biological factors. The best way to explain it is the nature-nurture debate, which says that it's both to do with our genetics and also our environment. Like both those things influence our personality. Like that's the best explanation for how we acquire these personality traits. But that's like a different topic. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that it was informative and you learned something new. Let me know if there's like any personality related topics that you may be interested in, like any research or anything that you may have read about and you're like, oh, that would be interesting, then please let me know. And let me know if you enjoy this video, because I don't know if people are gonna like these videos, but like this is something I'm very interested in and I want to share that on here. If you watch this video, then thank you so much. That's like amazing. That honestly makes my day. So yeah, thank you for watching.